everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is a really quick video, well it's supposed to be, and it's very impromptu. I've literally just walked in the door, so I am not looking particularly glamorous. I've just finished a 12-hour shift at work, but I came home to a parcel from 4,160 Tuesdays, and this is going to be their collaboration with the Facebook group Oh My Soul. They've already had at least one collaboration, I think maybe more, but this is the latest one. I signed up to this quite a long time ago, months and months ago. I knew it was going to be a while for this one. Sarah did say that when she advertised it, but I like the sound of the notes, although I don't really remember what they are now because it was that long ago. So I don't remember what the notes are. I'm sure they'll probably be in with the, I'm probably going to injure myself here. They're probably going to be in the package, the notes. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be iris. It's going to be something sweet because that's probably why I signed up for it. But yeah, this one's been a while in the making, and I'd almost forgotten about it. And that's what is a really lovely thing with these crowd-funded fragrances, is you get excited about them, you sign up for them, and then you kind of forget about them. You get the odd email that tells you what's happening and what the progress is. But then when the parcel actually arrives, it's almost like it's a complete surprise. You just completely forgot about it. And when I first saw it, I was like, well, what's that? And then I was like, oh yeah, I know. So we're going to do a really quick, I say quick, because I always take so long when I'm doing these first impressions, but I can't because I think I want to go out. It's not ideal because I've got work again tomorrow, but I just feel like I want to go out, so I might go out. It's Friday night. Here we are. So this one's actually just called My Oh My, exclamation mark. My oh my. I think I'm not going to look at the notes first because I don't want to, once you've seen the notes, you can't help. I want to tell you exactly what I smell without being influenced by what the notes are. That's what I'm trying to say. So I can feel, oh, there's a sample in here. That's cute. There's a sample. What do we have? Oh, so there's a sample of the parfum. That's great. So you get to choose when you order, you get to choose the concentration. Like with my one, the Hush Hush, there was 3 concentrations, and I believe there was 3 concentrations here as well. And I think I probably went down the middle. Yes, I did. So I went for the Eau de Parfum, and I just got the 30 ml here. So I've got the 30 ml. It's in a really nice box. And then we have a sample of the parfum. So that's really nice because you get to see what the differences are. And then look at the colour of that juice. So there are some notes in there which I'm deliberately ignoring. That colour, I'm already thinking, is there some cocoa absolute in there? Oak moss. It's kind of a greeny browny. Look at that when it catches the light. So, and it's a gorgeous silver bottle. Look at that. I think the bottle's actually printed. Amazing, really lovely. So we're going to start with the Eau de Parfum on my left hand, and then we'll put the parfum on as well. See if we can spot any differences. And usually these get better with time because I'm not sure how long they have to macerate, but normally Sarah will say if you wait a little longer, they'll get richer. There'll be more. So what am I smelling straight away? Like spice. I was immediately thinking gingery. It smelled gingery but woody. Something a little sort of boozy-ish. Yeah, I wonder if there's, so Sarah does sometimes use some cognac absolute. I got to try it when I was at her workshop quite a long time ago now. I even made a little bottle of perfume with some cognac absolute in it. I don't know. There's something in here that's reminding me of Pera's Adventurous Past, which was another collaboration crowdfunding event. So I think there's probably something in here that was in there that's fuzzy, and I wonder if it's that Mitty attar that Sarah has. Sarah has this special attar. I wonder if that's what it is, because that's in Pera's Adventurous Past as well. I don't know really what I'm smelling. I don't know. I do get a little bit of a powdery nuance, so possibly some iris, which I suspect there's iris. And part of me is thinking that's probably why I was on board with it. Although I usually get on board with most of the crowdfunding that Sarah does, unless the notes really don't sound like my cup of tea. Right, let's do the parfum, and I'll try and pick this apart a little more. It's definitely giving me woody boozy vibes, I would say. Woody boozy vibes. I'm not sure if it's spicy now, but in the air when I first smelt it, I felt like I was getting spice. Ginger specifically. But I remember quite a lot of things Sarah says. I don't have the best memory, but for some reason I do really pay attention to when Sarah talks. And one thing I remember her saying many years ago is that she doesn't like working with ginger too much because it can go really soapy. And I don't know why that's always stuck with me. And so when I thought, is that ginger? I thought, well, yeah, but Sarah doesn't like working with ginger. I might have, we're going back a long time, and she may well have changed her mind, or I might have misremembered it. But, so anyway, parfum now. Oh, okay, that's a bit different. I almost got a feeling of oud in that. There's a funky animalic tone and a little bit of smoke. It's in the same it's in the same ballpark, but it's actually quite different considering it's the same perfume. It's a funky, a slightly animalic, fur skin, by the fire, with some sweet something or other going on, like just a bit of toffee or something. Yes, it's smoky, but not like really dry smoke, rather embers. Like, I don't really like things too smoky because they do dry me out. I don't like dry stuff. I'm just getting a little bit of smoke. I do feel like some sort of cognac in a barrel. So definitely woody boozy. By the fire, cozy autumn. This is autumn AF for sure. If you like the idea of Maison Margiela's By the Fireplace, whether you've tried it or not, this could be called By the Fireplace at the moment, the parfum. And yeah, I'm picturing booze in a wooden barrel, the embers of the fire, and some sweet treats. Not necessarily marshmallows. And the sweet treats are very understated, so this is not a gourmand at this point. It's really lovely. It's completely different to my usual kind of thing, but I like it. It's dry, but it's not really dry. Like, it's not mega dry. It has a dry aspect to it, but it's not purely dry. It's not just woods and smoke. The eau de parfum is much more, I don't want to say lighter because that's a cop-out, but it's not as By the Fireplacey. It's a bit more perfumey. I do wonder if there's some oak moss. I feel like I smell oak moss in the eau de parfum. Also that, I do wonder if it's that Mitty Attar, that sort of like greenish, fuzzy, fluffy, strange thing. Yeah, it's fluffy and fuzzy and cozy and slightly smoky and slightly boozy, slightly woody. Maybe some vetiver. I'm sure there would be a flower in here because that's generally, it's a necessity for me to buy a perfume, is there must be some florals. Can I pick them out though, is the question. Not really, obviously. I'm not really finding anything floral at this point. But it is nice. It is nice and it's different. It's really different. I'm trying to think, is it green? I'm not sure it is, but there might just be a green tinge to it. But the colours in my mind are more brown, maybe orange hued, or I'm thinking autumn leaves. But definitely something sweet. But it's not blatantly there's a vanilla or blatantly there's a tonka. There's just some sweetness in here that I can't pinpoint. And it is really nice. I think this is sort of calming down now. So it's not so smoky by the fireplace embers. It's almost like I'm getting a hint of lotion, body lotion, sort of like a cleaner element to it now. More, yeah. What? More like a perfume now than, you know, a place. Like I said, a fireplace, more like a perfume. It's almost like a burnt toffee, but we're not going Baccarat Rouge territory. It's not burnt sugar, candy floss. So I don't think it's, if there is ethyl maltol in there, I wouldn't say that's what I smell. Oh, there's something else dirty coming through now. Something that is more along the urinal direction, just a little bit. Oh, it's really unusual. So I'm picturing autumn leaves, dried, different colours, crunched up. A little bit of a burning embers, fire. Something else coming through that's more perfumey. Maybe that could be a floral. A really nice sweet fuzziness that I can't pinpoint. And that's the parfum, by the way, that I've been talking about. The eau de parfum, definitely much lighter. Once you come away from the parfum to smell the eau de parfum, it does feel quite light, a lot lighter. Yeah, I do get something slightly animalic. Not, I know I said oud when I mentioned the parfum. That's gone. Anything like oud has gone. There's just an animalic touch. But it's not wildly animalic. If you hate animalics, you may not even find it animalic. Yeah, there's something almost minty sweet. Yeah, minty, fluffy, sweet with crushed autumn leaves and a little bit of embers in a fire. Now, shall we read the notes? Because I suspect I'm completely way off. So if you want to laugh, let's read these notes. I think, right, are they in here? Right, it says perfume colours. My eyesight's getting really bad. Perfume colours. Oh, hang on, maybe these aren't the notes. We hand make our fragrances using blah, blah, blah. So that's about colours and how they don't use colours. If there's a colour, as you can see, there is with this. It's from the Amazing Naturals that they use. Right, so the notes aren't on, they're not on the back here either. And there might be, but my eyes are so bad. Oh my oh my celebrates the glorious days of the mid-20th century fragrances when ambers and chypres combine to create elegant, rich perfumes. Wear it and you'll already feel dressed up. Taking the top materials voted for by Oh My Soul features orris, benzoin, rose, bergamot with a smoky honey accord. Okay, that makes sense. That pissiness that I got could be the honey accord. All the balsams and a base of oak moss and musks. Yes, hello, I got the oak moss, and definitely has the fluffiness that musks can bring. So yeah, I don't find the what were the florals? Rose. Oh, it's just the only floral is the rose. I don't call orris floral myself. It's just personal. You might. That's fine. The only floral is the rose. Oh, I get it now. I can smell the rose. In the parfum, I smell the rose, not in the eau de parfum. Oh yeah, do you know what it's reminded me of? Just a little bit is Tobacco Rose from Papillon. I'm not saying it's the same or it's a dupe, not that, but that does have, it did have some, or it does have some notes in common. Tobacco Rose has an oak moss in the dry down. It's quite distinctive. Tobacco, yeah. I do think if you like Tobacco Rose, you'll like this because it's the same level of sweetness and unusualness in that it's not a typical, you know, sweet rose perfume or fresh dewy rose. It's different because it's a bit smoky. Yeah, and there's no beeswax listed, but I'm almost getting a beeswaxy texture or feel from it as well. Oh, now it's so funny how now I know the rose is there. It's so obviously there. I think in my head I was thinking, I bet it's jasmine. I'm trying to find a white floral, but it was a rose. I really like the parfum. And the eau de parfum. Oh, that's really nice though. That's got maybe a little more sweetness. But I feel like the rose is stronger in the parfum, which I like. But in the eau de parfum is more accessible, and I think more people like it who have a more broader taste. How many times can I say more? How do you like it? How do you like it? What I'm saying is the EDP is definitely the middle ground. The parfum might just be too smoky, slightly too animalic for some tastes. That rose though, the rose is lovely. And I'm getting a little chalkiness in here as well. Not so smoky now. Oh, I really like this. I think I prefer the parfum. Obviously I need to wear them both. But do you know what? I think the EDP might be a little more smoky now compared to the parfum. Oh, I don't know. Or it might be that there's more oak moss maybe in the EDP. But I'm sure it will just keep changing as it develops. Either way, these are fantastic and I can't wait to get to know them. I'm definitely going to give them a full wearing. They are absolutely like cooler weather fragrances. I don't think anyone would want to rock these in really hot weather because they're quite, you know, they're smoky and they're punchy and they're old school chypre-esque, oak mossy. Yeah, I love that oak moss amber combination. Like I talk about Liz Moores again from Papillon, like she did with Hera, which is sort of like an amber cross chypre. Absolutely beautiful. I love the way these have developed, because I found moments challenging, moments where I was like, oh, I don't know, this might be a bit much for me, this might be a bit too smoky, or might be airing a little too dry. And now, yeah, the Parfum, just because that rose really feels much more prominent, I think is my favourite. But they're both good. So I don't know if they're still available on the crowdfunding site, so I will add that to, I'll put some text there to confirm it, and if it is, I'll link that in the description below. I paid for this, I'm not sponsored, blah 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 blah. I think you know that anyway. If you like the video, you can give it a thumbs up, please. That will really be very kind of you, and I will see you hopefully in another one soon.